are you?
You want to drive me away?
The road does not harm the sword.
The sword has no sword.
Not bad. But I shouldn't have come to Beiyang.
Sixth younger brother, why didn't you fight back?
Weren't you the once? In a century martial arts genius of the royal family. Now, even Gu Yi's fist couldn't withstand it.
What genius! Merely the lingering evil in red robes. His entire maternal clan was punished. He can survive.
This was already 5 years before the Emperor's reign.
Everyone thought I had become a cripple. They think my meridians are shining brightly.
Not to sever ties with the mother, consort, and countless mothers. They won't scheme against you!
The child goes to seek his father, the Emperor.
I'll go find out the truth!
Isn't there fire inside Qin Nan's palace? I really want to see it. The power of the Supreme Ultimate is too great. Try him. This elixir is called the Wind Vein Pill. After taking the medicine, your skills are endless, counting silence.
The meridians are like the lungs, the roots and bones like rainbows. From then on, everyone in the world would think you could never cultivate martial arts again.
His mother, consort. You still want to be a useless person!
Not to be a cripple. It is about survival. Hyungran. Remember, long con shallow talk without failure. The Qian dragon is in the abyss, awaiting wind and thunder.
If today you are too sharp, you will surely die within these palace walls. Only by making them feel useless. Only then will you have a chance to make it to the end.
So what could it be?
From now on, you must walk alone. Qingnan.
Farewell, weeping.
In the imperial family, tears cannot save a person, carrying today's pain and today's humiliation. Remember them all, so that one day, when Shenlong was discharged from the hospital.
Let this world listen well. You speak. Survive. Replacing the mother's consort. And help your maternal grandfather's family survive.
Behind the table, in red.
The sixth prince was basically finished. The maternal clan is gone. And the consort is gone too.
And even ruined myself. For such a prince to be alive is just an eyesore.
The sixth prince, S.U. Qingnan, was implicated in the old case of the red attendant. The court and the people discussed the matter. But Nanping considered him young and frail.
Not because he had long resided in the capital.
From this day forward, he was granted the title King of Biliang and went to the old frontier of northern Liang. Without an imperial edict, he was not permitted to return to the capital.
Emotion is difficult.
Do you have any resentment? Son, I thank my father, the Emperor, for his appearance and lack of affection. Today, I, with the body of a useless man, leave my territory. If Qianlong is discharged tomorrow,
The child will surely bear everything.
the heart is genuine.
Therefore, it is said that the dragon has 9 sons. Everyone has their own preferences. The dignified 6th prince of Great Qian. The blood of your majesty's direct bloodline. So much so that he got kicked into this god-forsaken Biliang. A madman who sounds impressive, but is actually useless as the king of Biliang.
How is this any different from exile?
Brother Tai only knows one of them. I do not know the second part. Upon hearing that this 6th prince, now it should be called the King of Northern Liang. When I was young, I was also intelligent and thus won your majesty's favor.
What a pity!
Her maternal family was implicated in the red clothes cases from 16 years ago. The whole household was lightly overturned. He himself. It is said that training is eager for success. If you go astray and damage your foundation, from then on, there was no hope in martial arts. A prince, whose maternal clan is guilty, and who himself becomes a cripple. Wouldn't staying in the capital be an eyesore, sent to this bitterly cold land of northern Liang? Out of sight, out of mind.
Isn't that right? I also heard that this prince arrived in northern Liang. He stayed indoors all day, or he would wander around the city with his few mischievous and unruly bodhisattvas. Bye, worthless John. Still playing with it without doing any real work. The bandits of northern Liang have brought disaster. The border was unsettled. Did he ever intervene? I think his majesty sent him to Biliang. Let it fend for itself.
Poor his fiancée, betrothed to him by marriage.
I heard she was a fairy-like figure from some major sect in Central State.
This engagement is probably in doubt.
Sexual love is too wild. It sees out each embrace and sings mournful songs, a full height of 4 times.
Such a handsome woman.
Honored guest, please come in quickly. Quickly come in!
This damn weather. Upstairs, there are also elegant rooms.
Tranquility is not necessary.
Miss, this place is truly a mixed bag. Is what those people said true? Is that Prince of Biliang truly so worthless?
Along this journey, all I heard were such words. Surely, nothing comes without reason.
Miss, this engagement.
This person's demeanor, and the lively inn, the wind and snow outside clashed with everything. He seemed like a bystander who had wandered into this place.
The king of northern Liang is but a ball. He was nothing more than a useless prince who had just crashed.
What truly alarmed Laozi was another matter. Liangzhou remains unharmed. Every sword remains unharmed. Have you all heard of the name of the sword saint?
Who doesn't know that person? 10 years ago, stepped into the undefeated realm. A single autumn water sword, bowing to all the world's masters. A true leader of the sword path.
Him. What a damn sword saint!
Today, during the day, someone discovered his corpse at the border of Liangzhou and northern Liang, where the Eagle clan was found.
What is impossible?
Absolutely true.
Moreover, the death was extremely tragic.
His world, renowned, woundless sword,
but was sliced to pieces by a single sword strike.
The hilt of the sword vanished without a trace.
Who exactly is it?
Who can kill the sword saint?
Could it be that the land immortal has made a move?
The lingering sword energy at the scene is said to be purely fierce.
The way of hegemony reaches its peak.
But it was not known to any land immortal.
This narrow, long, and undamaged sword. Hilt disappeared.
Could it be impossible?
I was thinking about what kind of wine.
The wine was poisonous.
What medicine is returned? And it is the premium kind.
Listed on the counter.
your heart a dream.
Who are you?
Why poison? This demonic power is like 1,000 mechanisms as soft as a chicken scatter.
You are not ordinary black swords.
Gaining some insight is too late. Everyone, meeting is fate.
Unfortunately, this fate was cut off today.
Let me introduce myself. Fei Qin, Zheng Lusi, Qin, Garrison, Marshal Commander. 9th. Rank, Grand Master. Northern Qin.
They were spies for Northern Qin.
Our martial arts contest is imminent, killing you martial artists from the southern Qian River, reducing damage, especially with the Gale clan of Qingyun sect.
It must add some stake to Daqian.
Suppress some of your prestige. Consider us for your majesty's sake, and to exert all the meager resources of Northern Qin.
Miss John.
The old servant desperately held them back.
You should withdraw quickly.
These people were elite warriors of Northern Qin, unable to resist by force. The fairy of Qingyun sect truly lives up to her reputation. Don't worry. I'll give you a gift. Try not to hurt your radiant face.
After all, the warriors of Northern Qin are also like Western flowers.
You should stay calm. Drink wine with added ingredients.
He could even sit with the captain and follow the pretending to be a ghost.
What nonsense!
Seeing him dressed most in wealth and luxury. Maybe it is a big fish. Let's cut him in first.
So painful. So much love. So much hate.
So much love that can't be let go of Anne.
Unexpectedly, the real tears of wind and tears, from outside, clear waters form boats setting out from warmth and chaos.
I do not cross the bridge. Tomorrow there will be a dream below your eyes.
This moment, who exactly is my lord?
My May 4th Fuxi Shu will arrive soon.
That person was at the Tao Profound Realm.
If you can keep this box,
I can make the decision. How about I let you ride along?
Me spy!
30 lie ahead is the cold wind. There is an inn there.
Though simple and humble.
Yet, it can temporarily shelter from wind and snow. Fine. Provide the horses with some hot water and dry rations. Would you like to take a short break?
Boss, who exactly is this Miss Spy inside? She's really good. Looking, damn it, so energetic.
It was just a bit cold. And on the way south, brothers frozen into lumps of ice.
But he was nice inside, warm and cozy.
Keeping quiet is not the right thing to ask. Don't ask Windhill! You sent him directly! This time, during the infiltration of the main front line, all operations were under her command. Including me! Even Qin Fuxi! A master like you!
They all obeyed Miss Spy's orders.
This Miss Spy has no inner strength at all. Clearly just an ordinary person. The stench of milk has not yet dried. Hurry up to get to the inn.
What the smell of milk is still fresh! I am a dignified immortal on Earth. This Qin guy really is as dumb as his name suggests.
This is the sword.
The sword is unharmed.
It is the supreme sword of the Sword Saints!
The Sword Saint's destined divine weapon. He was cut down by a single sword strike.
with one sword. He shattered the uninjured sword,
erasing the undefeated sword saint of the heavenly realm.
It was the masked man standing before him. I actually tried to snatch his wooden box just now.
Courting death!
Who exactly is this person? Why does he carry the Sword Saint's broken sword with him? Could he be the terrifying existence who crushed the Sword Saint? What status has this person's cultivation truly reached?
Predecessors and seniors.
The younger generation, with eyes but failing to recognize Mount Tai, offending the fierce might of the predecessors.
I'll get out of here now!
Get out immediately!
I would never dare to defile the eyes of the elder again.
My beef noodles haven't arrived yet.
I'll do it right away!
Do not add chopped green onions. I am full.
Are you satisfied with the front?
That is great!
This sand star is finally leaving.
This aura. Stop!
These people are the ones you killed.
He was courageous!
Killing the people of our Genwu division.
Today.
You must give me an explanation.
The head.
Why waste words with him?
Kill him!
Dear friends,
This Misbai has no cultivation at all.
Today is a disaster.
When longing flies across the night sky,
Winding around the fingertips.
waiting and lingering like a dream.
Let him go. Or I kill you.
Killing me is interesting. I didn't expect to encounter someone here. Reluctantly not to watch.
A single sword is unmatched among the ordinary, to refute and break through cunning.
Is this already close to the realm of immortals?
Fallen to the earth, immortals.
Two land immortals.
How is this possible? This is the legendary existence who breaks through the void and ascends. Such legendary figures.
Why did it appear in the bitter cold region of northern Liang?
What terrible whirlpool have I gotten caught up in?
The two people before him. It turned out to be the land immortal Xuan Bin.
Maintain it with utmost sincerity. I need to protect it. I got him!
Who else burns cold ice with pure and translucent Taoist charm? To approach the origin. Within the qi and blood, there is a faint fragrance. Vitality surged, far surpassing ordinary people. After being seriously injured, this foreign land is even worse. No wonder. At such a young age, you can set foot in this place. It turned out to be the legendary Banshee romance.
So hurt, so painful. So much love, so much hate, so much intense.
I am doomed! I messed up! How can people not cherish beauty in Jade at all? He can't hold on to me, is he? Have the sheep been deceived by Renduzun? I haven't avenged my clan members yet.
Now you have fallen into my hands. You said you didn't want your identity as a mysterious demon to be exposed. drive. Or drive like him.
A petty man drives a carriage. Senior, spare me!
Let's go!
Such an existence. That useless man was like a firefly, like a bright moon. My heart stirred with emotion. When will I be able to see him again?
Miss!
This place is not suitable for lingering long.
We still need to get to Bilyang City as soon as possible.
Let's go.
He is so handsome, wearing a mask every day.
So fond of pretending to be a supernatural demon. It has been a long time since I got a name. Legend has it that one obtains the spiritual power of heaven and earth. Yet, the clan angered by the heavenly Tao, born with broad meridians, close to the various attributes of the primordial energy of heaven and earth. He is an excellent martial arts talent. So, your fate is just a few different things. The lucky ones were raised from a young age. Blood is drawn at a fixed interval, calming the blood bank for certain major powers or old monsters, barely clinging to life. Luck almost wiped out his mind. Train them to Zhang Yu or Yao Long, which only obey orders. As for you, the woman.
Who exactly are you? How do we know all this?
I know far more than you think. For example, your group isn't born with it, but rather some ancient sect that had touched taboos. Your secret technique fuses beasts and human bloodlines to create a failed product. Another example, the fragrance in your bloodline is not impossible to hide. I need a kind of clear grass that grows deep in the deep, gloomy depths of the cold pool. Only by combining special techniques can it be completely eradicated. Looking at you, obviously, it hasn't been used. Or maybe you never get the chance to use it.
True love pretends to speak with eyes closed. So, how does he know everything?
What is inside?
A broken sword.
The sword of Xi Wushuang from Liangzhou. Who exactly are you?
If you really want to know. My surname is So, the sixth son of the great Qian Emperor, and was granted the title King of Northern Liang.
Prince Liang Daqian.
The sixth prince, Su Qingnan.
Impossible.
It was rumored that the sixth prince of the palace was punished because of his maternal grandfather's family. Sent to practice martial arts, he went mad, which led to the complete destruction of the foundation. He was a useless man who stayed indoors all day. How could you possibly be Su Xinan?
The useless person you mentioned is me. Why is it impossible? Because of those well-known rumors in the martial world. Rumor has it that I have suffered from fire during training and became a cripple. But if I truly am a useless man, who twisted that snow spear just now, and who held the sword of Wushang in the wooden scabbard, it is said that I am weak and incompetent. Shut yourself indoors and don't go out. But if I truly do not leave the house, this wind and snow in northern Liang, the bandits at the border, the common people within the city, and who should be in charge? Although I didn't really intervene.
Before.
Senior!
They arrived at the city gate, but the city gates are closed.
And went to the north gate.
This is what people call the land of bitter cold and exile in northern Liang.
It was actually a city that never sleeps, heading straight to the greatest blessed land.
Who is it? It turned out that it was His Highness in the middle of the night.
He looked utterly decayed, but I could sense a peerless edge within him capable of cutting through time. Just how many monsters are hidden in your Biliang royal mansion?
Your Highness.
You've finally come back. The snowstorm in the middle of the night made us worry to death.
Your Highness.
You are back.
The charcoal, coated lamb in the kitchen is already hot. 3 times over. Xinggu's apricot blossoms are also warm in spring. The prince has had a hard time leaving this trip. We've prepared the hot soup to keep you warm.
A tiger's mouth grows a callus, one's steadiness as solid as a mountain. The personal maid of the sixth prince of Great Shen. They're actually hidden experts. This young lady was joking.
At the prince's residence.
We're just rough servants, serving tea and water to the prince.
Your Highness.
This old dog's broken sword. I took it to the storeroom and threw it away.
Take him to the brainwashing pavilion. Watch closely. Old he. Clean it thoroughly.
好的，殿下。
Carrying water. I do not care about the waves. What about sweeping and vomiting?
Su Qingnan.
你这北凉王府 Mädchen! Even the sweeping laborer was a 9th rank grandmaster.
In the northern land, the immortal code descends. People always need to practice some self-defense, so they wouldn't be blown away by the wind and snow.
Miss.
Sip some hot tea to warm up. The prince gave the order. This west warm pavilion is the most tranquil. You rest well.
One on the roof.
One outside the window. Another outside the door. The auras of 3 supreme masters locked the warm pavilion tightly. Your prince really thinks highly of my girl. Truly clever as ice and snow.
Then you rest. I will take my leave first.
How about it? I am the prince's residence. Can you still get used to living here?
Full of monsters. The unfathomable king of Biliang.
What exactly do you want to do?
It is not that complicated. They are simply people who have nowhere to go or do not wish to go anywhere else. Coincidentally, they gathered in northern Liang. And you just happen to be willing to listen to a few words from me.
Stop beating around the bush. Why did you arrest me? Kill me to take my blood.
Your blood is useless to me. What I am more curious about is you, a nether demon. And that is why, as a nether demon who stepped into the land immortal realm at a young age, if you don't hide in the sacred land of your clan, how could he have gone to Great Qin? And you even want the deputy commander of the Northern Qin Garrison Martial Division to act as your guard. Don't want to say it. Or are you afraid to say it? It is okay. I have plenty of time. But before you say it, we can start with something else.
The prince prepared the food and wine, so he had dinner first.
You learn that, when you are at your back, your qi and blood flow are stagnant. If prolonged, it harms the body. The cooks in my residence are quite skilled. Just make do with a little.
The chefs of this prince's residence are so skilled. These buns look so fragrant. That could be a ghost who has been holding on to his death. Not starving to death. Let's eat.
The meal was also eaten. Can we talk now? Miss Bai. Or rather, I should call you Bai Li. The Ming Yao clans once, in a millennium I soul mystic body. At 3 years old, the bloodline awakens. At the age of 5, he stepped into martial arts. At 10 years old, he became a grandmaster. By the age of 20, he had already touched the bound chopping of the land immortals. What a pity. The Xuanbing Valley, where your clan hides. 3 years ago, it was broken by a group of mysterious people. Nearly all his clan members were killed or wounded. Only you and a few others are out and training. Escaped by luck. After escaping, you are hiding your identity and reached a certain agreement with a very powerful figure in Northern Qin. Northern Qin will help you take revenge, investigate the culprit behind the extermination of the clan years ago. And you use your abilities or bloodline to serve Northern Qin.
How do you know all this? The matter of Xuanbing Valley being breached by attack. There was absolutely no way outsiders could have known.
Unless you don't get the wrong idea. I was not the one who broke through Xuanbing Valley, nor is it a lot of money. In fact, I also have some interest in the identities of those people, because based on some clues I found, that group is very likely connected to something else I am investigating. Your Nether Demon Clan, besides the special bloodline, is it still guarding something or some secret for generations? Looks like I guessed right. 宣边火被攻破 was breached. It was probably more than just capturing the Nether Demon.
You. What exactly do you want?
I said, I am not interested in your blood, but the secret I keep for you, Mingyao, for the clues leading to the conquest of Xuanbing Valley back then, and the specific agreement you reached with Northern Qin, which is very interesting. We can make a trade. Yes. Trade. Tell me everything you know. Cooperate with me in investigating some things. In exchange, I can provide you with shelter, a true shelter that no one dares to touch. And at the right moment, I'll help you.
He stole it again and again. Those people are so strong. How could he possibly win? I want to see where his confidence comes from.
What gives you the right to do it? The opponent is very powerful, stronger than you imagine.
Now you think I'm so good.
I agreed. Xuanbing Valley is indeed not just a dwelling place for a Nether Demon clan. At the deepest part of the valley, there is an ancient altar. On the altar, an object was enshrined. Or rather, a fragment. The oldest among the fragment clan. The records are not detailed. Just say it is a sacred relic passed down from our ancestors. Related to the origin of the Nether Demon clan. Must be guarded for generations. And absolutely cannot afford any mistakes. What exactly is he? What use is it? Even the team leader wasn't fully aware of this. It was only known that he was connected to several other primordial powers.
Therefore, the primary target was that black fragment.
This was something I only realized later. The attack came too quickly. Too suddenly.
The other side clearly knew Xuanming Valley's defenses inside out. Avoiding all the open and hidden cards, their numbers were few. But each one is terrifyingly strong. When I got the news and rushed back, all he saw were the corpses of the Mandi tribesmen.
And then, how can you be sure it has anything to do with Northern Qin? And why did he choose to cooperate with Northern Qin?
After I escaped, I went into hiding.
Investigate, in secret.
I discovered that before and after Xuanbing Valley was breached, the garrisons stationed in several towns along the northern Qin border had been redeployed abnormally. Moreover, some elite experts from the Martial Guard Division had briefly disappeared.
More importantly,
in my clan, there is a secretary from the clan. He could sense the aura of that fragment within a certain range.
For 3 years,
I have traveled from place to place, only twice. When approaching the capital city in the direction of Shangjing, the blood vessels had an extremely weak break, although it cannot be pinpointed precisely. But the fragments were very likely in northern Qin. He was even in Shangjing.
So you took the initiative to approach the Northern Qi royal family?
Not exactly. It was the people of northern Qin who found me first. To be precise, it was the Princess Royal of northern Qin.
A full month. A full moon. That person is said to be frail and sickly. For many years, he lived in seclusion and rarely went out. Yet in the Northern Dynasty, the eldest princess who wielded immense influence was him.
He somehow learned my true identity and experiences. Sent someone to contact me in secret. He admitted to the attack on Xuanbing Valley back then. There were people involved within the Northern Qin royal family. But it was not the emperor's or his own intention. That black fragment is now in Shangjing. It was secretly controlled by that force.
He is willing to pay for you.
He promised to help me reclaim the fragments and identify the specific individuals involved in the attack back then. Leave it to me to handle. But in exchange, I need to play for him for 10 years.
What is your mission this time heading south?
Are you sure you will protect me?
Help me get revenge.
You already have the answer, isn't it?
Deal with 2 people.
Emperor Su Xiao of Great Chen and his chief eunuch, Wei Dufu.
You guessed it.
What you told me is very valuable. These clues seem to connect with some of the things I am investigating.
What exactly are you investigating? And why did he know so much about the rice demon and that fragment?
You'll find out later. Beasts and birds die here. You fell into my hands. Whatever the truth, from the perspective of Northern Qin, you have already betrayed me. Yingye might protect you, but the force that seizes the fragments will never let you off.
So,
the shelter you gave me still holds true. From the moment you agreed to a deal, you are a guest of my Biliang royal mansion. As long as it is within the borders of Northern Liang, unless I nod, no one can touch you in the slightest. That fragment, along with the forces attacking Xuanbing Valley, it is very likely related to the taboo I am investigating. Cooperation benefits both sides. Tea was used instead of wine, celebrating our consensus. We also wish you a pleasant cooperation. Come in. Your Highness, Prince He. The invitation letter handed over by the Liu family's people. At dawn tomorrow, the saintess, Liu Siyu, of Qingyun sect, will formally visit the prince, and concluded in September. He arrived quickly. A cold wind crosses the river with a single battle. It has probably already attracted the attention of some interested parties. Additionally, it seemed that several eyes were also turning their gaze from the capital. What is meant to come will come. Since everyone is so curious, then let them see. Look at me. Biliang is truly a bitterly cold land of exile and useless people, or the place where all ambition and calculation can be buried, like a dragon's rise. I understand.
Miss!
The time was about right.
Let's go.
Look. Who are you looking for?
Trouble to trouble the Saintess Liu Siyu of Qingyun sect, to come as promised and pay respects to His Highness, the King of Biliang.
The Saintess of Qingyun sect. Oh, it seems that is true. The prince said, if you come, just go straight in. Waiting in the main hall. Old man!
The Holy Maiden has already arrived. Could you please inform the prince?
The prince hasn't even gotten up yet. You all have a seat. Go ahead.
This is not a cook. This is the hand of a skilled blacksmith.
Oh, Zhao!
Did today's buns cut corners again? The minced meat wasn't chopped up finely enough.
Nonsense.
The filling I chopped. If I can see a single intact piece of meat, I'd admit defeat. If you don't believe me, come and try it.
The timing is right, but the peppercorns were still a bit too much, stealing the aroma of meat.
The northern Liang royal mansion was eerie everywhere.
Is this the cripple?
Liu Siyu of the Qingyun sect. Greetings, Your Highness, the King of Beiyang.
Saintess Liu came from afar.
Thank you for your hard work.
Sitting in Your Highness, you must already know the reason for the private conversation. In the past, elders joked about arranging the engagement. This is truly child's play. Now you and I walk different paths. This is set. I believe it has already been ruined. Soon I will become a 9th rank Grand Master.
Closed.
Li Xuanfeng, the sword chief of Tianshan, and the sword-questioning peony girl.
How could such a person suddenly appear in the northern Liang prince's residence? And even name someone by name to ask for an unknown person. I asked about the peony maiden.
Who is Xiao Yao? So annoying. Afterwards, His Highness's meal work was taken away again. This movement technique. How is this possible?
Peony girl. Li practiced diligently for 20 years. Han Ji's advice ultimately brought enlightenment. I heard that the young lady once broke the cold jade stele left by my master with a single sword strike against the northern ice field.
I have come especially to seek advice from Swordless.
That was all an old almanac from so many years ago. I was passing by and saw the inscription was crooked and unattractive.
He just casually smoothed it out.
The treasured treasure of the Tianshan sword sect. The jade sword stele in memory. It contains the true meaning of the Tianshan sword Dao.
Firm and unbreakable.
In the mouth of this maiden red, it was only carved crookedly.
If it doesn't look good, you just casually smooth it out.
Since that is so, then please see the ion sword again. Missed.
Li Jian's hand. Your chill is a bit chilly. My lord has just risen.
Don't catch a cold.
How could you be like this? You attacked the Vajra Earth realm.
All right.
Today, Li will use the sword in his hand. Brighten the Vajra realm before you.
The 9 swords of Tian Shan fall like cold stars.
Lend you a few strands of soul. Performing a storm.
Old Wu! Your disciple, sword discussion, is becoming even purer. This Han Xingju made it look quite impressive. Unfortunately, the cooking was still a bit lacking.
The girl wielded a strange sword,
but did not reply.
It is more like a Buddhist imprint manifestation.
Very eccentric and strange.
So young.
To have such a realm.
It is not just a realm. Look at the reactions of the others in the mansion. Your precious disciple fights to the death. People should eat their meals. He didn't take it seriously at all. What does this indicate? This shows that such scenes are commonplace in northern Liang, especially in the prince's residence. My disciple has not yet given his full strength.
The outcome of the battle was still uncertain.
Oh? Then, how about we make a bet? I bet your disciple won't last a single incense stick. The loser should bring out that jar of century, old drunken, immortal brew. How about that?
You sure have a good plan.
I have stored that jar of wine for 30 years.
If he gambled, then gambled.
I bet on Xuanfeng. At least I can fight Nuwa to a draw. A single word is a decision. See? Your disciple is about to use his ultimate move.
Nine in the Tian Shan Mountains.
The ultimate profound meaning.
The Yongbinghe River.
In the end, it is a blooming flower. It can't hold too much thought. The rules and regulations of the Northern Liang royal residence. Those who come to the door to inquire about the sword bow. Then, you must stay at the prince's residence for a year, and compensate for offenses by using labor and labor.
There are also courtyard maintenance fees.
Expenses for the loss of flowers and plants. The emotional distress expenses for disturbing the prince's meal.
All sorts of things add up to 10,000 taels of silver.
Li Jiangsheng.
Is it cash or silver notes?
This is robbery.
Robbery.
Robbery! How could it make money faster?
Old Wu. See, not even a stick of incense is lit. Your jar of century, old drunken immortal brew, is mine now.
Hurry! And bring it here!
What a northern Liang royal mansion. What a Vajra realm. Deceiving others is excessive.
I would like to see for myself. Just how high is the threshold for your princely residence?
This old Wu. 110 years have passed. Her temper was still as impatient as ever. So what if you are a half-step Earth immortal? Is the gate of the Northern Liang Prince's residence really that easy to enter?
Such an indifferent attitude. Utterly reckless. I want to see what you rely on. Who do you really have?
Is it still okay to let people sleep so early in the morning?
Look, who are you looking for?
Tianshan, 500, and have come especially to pay respects to the king of Northern Liang and settle matters concerning the disciples under his sect.
Quickly depart from the communication.
Disturbing one's clear dream. No manners.
Reckless.
Pretending to be supernatural.
Almost killed me. This broken road isn't even repaired. Almost fell to my death.
The heart-piercing sword cuts through the mortal dust.
Please plan and propose that the singing harmonizes with the way of heaven.
You!
Are you He Jiliang, the god of wine?
That one 20 years ago, who seemed drunk on the land of immortals.
And then the useless Dionysian, Hejiliang, disappeared.
Sigh. Forget about Dionysus. Old man, I am just a gatekeeper. But let me advise you. Prince Chen seemed to be in a pretty good mood right now. Hurry and take your precious disciple. If you need to pay money, pay up. Work that needs to be done. Work on it. Don't just stand here and be an eyesore. The ancient white youth, your bamboo heart sword has become somewhat impressive now.
What a pity!
If the mind is not calm, and the intention is not pure, tainted by too many worldly concerns, he was still far from the threshold of a true immortal.
Congratulations to the elder. I do not know that you, senior, live in seclusion here. Where there is an offense, I still ask for your understanding. But I am a junior, that useless disciple.
Your disciple is not as skilled as others. Follow the rules. What is there to say? And the annual labor cost 10,000 taels of silver. Not even a single coin is enough.
Senior,
Could you make an exception?
The matter of compensation is easy to discuss, but this is just this labor.
Rules are rules. The rules of the Liliang royal mansion. The prince decided it.
Wishing to change.
Ask the prince to go?
By the way,
You were just defeated too. The assembly amounted to 10,000 taels of silver. That is right. Those who understand the times are truly heroes.
Liu Shengnu. Matters of marriage and engagement. Since your mind is made up, I will not force you to ask for a jade pendant. You retract the post. Take it back. Stay. From that time onward, our engagement is annulled. Mutual debts are not owed. Each pursues their own path. Seeing off the guest.
Yes, Your Highness. Lady Liu Sheng.
Miss.
you! Are you okay?
I am not wrong. Breaking off the engagement was the right choice. We must withdraw. In the end, he was just someone despised by the emperor. A prince exiled to northern Liang, trapped in this cold palace. No matter how many extraordinary people and strange stories follow, is merely a secluded corner, just to protect himself. His world. Only this small space of northern Liang, and in my world, Liu Siyu. It is the vast Jianggu. This is the highest great road. This is the Qingyunzhou. He is the future earthly immortal. I left him, severing this marriage alliance. This is the shackles and shackles that are cut off. This is liberation. I will go higher and farther, seeing a broader world. No matter how strange the Beiyang Prince's mansion is, deeper, unfathomable. What does it have to do with me? How could this be? This is impossible. The masked man took Miss Bai away, but now he was appearing at the prince's residence. Could it be that he has these two identities? Could Su Qingnan and the masked man be together?
It is basically just one person making a name for themselves.
If Su Qingnan really is that masked man.
So my break-off today, wouldn't that become the biggest joke in the world? The biggest one was blind.
No, it won't.
It must be a coincidence. Absolutely impossible.
Wang Heng, a wanderer from Bidi. I have come especially to pay respects to His Highness. the king of northern Liang. I earnestly request to see you. Wang Heng, a wanderer from Bidi.
The elegance of Prince Jumu.
And have come especially to pay respects.
I have presumptuously disturbed you.
I beg your highness to forgive me.
Oh dear.
This elderly gentleman.
What are you doing?
Quickly, please rise.
Our prince cannot accept such a grand gift from you.
This must be Miss Xiaoyao. I, an old man, have always dared to visit without hesitation.
There is truly an urgent matter to attend to and request an audience with the prince.
I kindly ask you to convey the message on my behalf.
Mr. Wang. Right.
The prince had just finished breakfast.
They were resting right now.
If you have something to say, you can tell me first. If it is a trivial matter.
Don't disturb the prince's peace.
I have come forward. This is the story of the sword saint of Liangzhou, whose sword is unharmed.
Oh, sword, saint. Oh, I heard he had been executed.
What does this have to do with our prince?
I have no intention of dwelling on the past. I only saw that Wu Shuang and this old man had a few meetings before. Now that he has died and the Wei has vanished, I have heard some rumors, and dare to come forward. I only wish to ask old Yan to bring it back, hence the broken sword.
All right.
Old Master Wang waited a little longer. I'll go ask the prince. If the sword saint's broken sword really came out from the northern Liang prince's residence, then the masked man must be Su Qing.
This is the box.
Was it really the wooden box in the masked man's hand last night?
Thank you, your highness, for granting me this wish.
The prince said. Only you are allowed to look.
You are not allowed to take it away.
Why is that?
I am willing to exchange precious treasures.
Only to bring back the broken sword.
If your highness finds the price too low,
and could speak openly.
This broken sword. The prince will not give anything to anyone. Do not say they are divine soldiers. Even if it meant trading the entire world, it wouldn't work. The prince said, if you truly want to take him to the grave at the time of the golden depth, come to the great snow plain temple.
All right.
Wang Heng demanded the broken sword. The Biliang royal mansion took out a box. Last night, carrying a box, the masked man frozen for 10 miles. It was the northern Liang that the world ridiculed, Wang Suqingnen himself.
The mortal world is in turmoil. All are mere passing travelers.
Miss!
Let's first find a place to heal.
Wait, I want to see.
my tears.
Where is he going to take the Sword Saint's relics? Great Snowfield Temple.
Your Highness! Freshly baked! Try to ward off the cold! Your Highness.
This is the snow pitcher my grandfather practiced.
Sent to the prince to keep warm.
Your Highness, you look truly handsome today.
Later,
I'll have the tailor print this material and send you a few new bolts.
Your Highness.
Your Highness, take care!
The road was slippery. Thanks for holding on to it.
The rumors were actually true fake.
Miss!
This Biliang seems quite different from what we've heard.
Follow up.
Your Highness!
I have made a promise to come forward. Since you say that I have come here, why place the Sword Saint in front of this nameless spirit token? Such disrespect. Hence, the sword carried by the body.
How could this be the conduct of a gentleman?
As for the entire Zhao family, who are they? Is it worth the prince to offer sacrifices with the Sword Saint's broken sword?
Zhao Tishan was confronted by the 7th Squad of the Liang Army's Vanguard Battalion. He was wounded and killed in 27 places. 5 years ago, an old injury relapsed, laid down arms and returned to the fields. She married in a mountain village on the border of Liangzhou. He had a son under his knees, and left behind a daughter, named Trouble. Yaya, only 9 years old. It was Zhao Tishan's last bloodline in this world. 7 days ago, the sword is tempered by mountains, refining its invisibility. Sword, it requires pure yin qi and blood. He heard that, in Kaoshan village, there was a young girl. The birth date and time are unique. The blood of the play is pure and pure. He personally went to Kaoshan village, where his 9-year-old granddaughter, Yaya, Zhen, Wushang, and used his vital energy and blood to strike the sword. Zhao Taishan fought desperately with a mice knife. Though struck unharmed, the sword energy shattered, and all his meridians were shattered. He abandoned his efforts to rescue him, but was severely wounded by a single arrow. If not treated properly, he will die. The hunter next door to the Zhao family heard the noise and came to see, and was silenced. Sunday Zhang arrived with his men. He was wounded by the sword, but was unharmed, citing witnessing the destruction of the prefecture and deserving execution as a pretext. All were slain or wounded. Kaoshan village has 17 Zhao households with 83 members, except for the 3 who were visiting relatives away at the time. Not a single survivor was found. After Jian Wushang took the blood, he drifted away. It is said that the sword guiding hall is even more powerful than the sword aura.
Mr. Wang.
You still think the sword is unharmed, but this broken sword should be buried in peace. Do you still think that using his broken sword Qi Hall and the 83 wronged souls of the Zhao family is an insult to him? You still think that, in exchange for news of divine weapons, seeking a martial artist for him is out of pride?
I don't know Jiang Wushang. He acted so justly and intolerably as if it were the laws of heaven.
Old Uncle Zhao pressed the village news from Kaoshan village. I am the murderer who harmed your life. I have executed some of the defending troops here. Today, seeing the enemy as an enemy, binding your wronged souls, may you rest in peace in the spring, the land of northern Liang. As long as I, as Yu Qingnan, remain here for a long time, such a tragedy must never happen again.
The king of northern Liang, Gao Yi, was ashamed.
The king of Jie deserved his crimes.
Death is not worth lamenting. This sword is offered to honor the wronged souls.
When it comes to its use, I am willing to offer a stick of incense to the Zhao family.
Even if you are lofty. But you have hidden for so long!
This time, as long as someone with intent verifies it, then you'll know it was you who did it. After those people from Great Shan learned of your strength. Go! For the sake of those civilians, putting themselves in danger.
Worth it.
If they weren't you, then who were they?
Your Highness!
Though Miss Liu's words may be somewhat extreme, but there was some truth to it. You have concealed your talents and endured until now. There must be a deeper meaning.
This time, acting on behalf of the entire Zhao family.
Indeed, righteousness is as vast as the clouds and sky.
But if one day it is exposed,
The troubles will be endless.
in the grand hall of the great court, the thoughts of those people, I know a little or two. They would never sit idly by in Biliang with someone like you.
They are not you. They are human. They are the people of northern Liang. It is the person I, Martyr Su Qingnan, want to protect. If we can seek justice for them, everyone must look forward and back, weighing the advantages and disadvantages. With my cultivation, what use is it to defend this northern Liang territory? As for exposure, who told you? I am afraid of exposure.
This tangible pressure.
How is that possible?
Such a terrifying aura.
The peak of the immortal eagle.
This is the ascetic venerable of Buddhism who disappeared from sight 30 years ago.
The sword's intent penetrates the profound.
This is the lonely shadow of the lone sword leaf. He wasn't the one who failed to challenge the sword god 16 years ago. Inner demons entangle the body. Have you sought out an overseas island?
Such a grand display.
This is truly rare.
Qingyun sect doesn't have that many experts who don't worship at the heavenly realm. Why are these people here? What exactly is his relationship with Su Qingnan?
Boundless heavenly venerable. He was actually a land immortal.
Mr. Yang, the Taoist priest of Qingshuan.
Tenth undefeated heavenly realm. 3 immortals who landed on the ground. Plus, the king of Biliang had such a legendary lineup.
The 7th unit of the Northern Liang Army's Vanguard Battalion was against Li Laoliu.
He led 23 surviving brothers to come and pay their respects. After the official salute, the villagers saluted!
This military salute lacked synchronized movements, even somewhat comical and bleak. But that iron-blooded tragic heroism and bond that transcends life and death, that shines from within, like a tangible shockwave, strikes hard into the hearts of every bystander.
Brother Tishan.
丫丫，还有靠家村的父老乡亲们 ，Village. The murderer prince has avenged you.
You may not forget you.
We old folks can finally turn a blind eye.
Li Shu, and to all the uncles and elders. The weather is cold. The wind and snow are fierce. You shouldn't have come.
Your Highness!
We have come to. We need to take a look at Taishan.
Look at Yaya. Look at the villagers. We have to do it for them.
I bow on your behalf!
Li Song.
It is not permitted!
The one who should bow is me.
Yes, I am the king.
Too late. Even if the ruler claims to be 80, if a noble knife meets a villager who remains in their home, from afar, I see your home. Pines and cypresses are planted in abundance. More than 10 years ago, when I first came to northern Liang, what does this place look like? 1,000 miles of border passes. 9 times out of 10 days are deserted. The city walls are in ruins. Heaven and earth lie desolate.
The imperial court provided provisions and relief to 10 cities. To reach a city is already a vast imperial favor.
They are the ones guarding here.
These 15 soldiers never returned home in their entire lives. The Beiyang soldiers who were ultimately buried here. At its peak, the Northern Liang army numbered 80,000. Years of bloody battles were lost, and all were lost. In the end, only 800 veterans remained. The average age is over 60 years old. And 800 lie defensive line with more than a dozen ruined cities. Relying on these 800 white-haired veterans, dragging their wounded bodies, counting the wooden sticks and stones, standing atop the city wall.
No grain. They dig up grass roots and gnaw on tree bark, but have no armor.
Breaking through sackcloth. No arrows are found! They carve bamboo into pellets and burn trees to make pellets.
Behind them lies a deserted village.
What guards is the quilt? The world regards it as a burdensome and cold land. Lonely fortress stretches 10,000 miles. All are white-haired soldiers.
Until I arrived, I brought seeds. Craftsmen and healers bring hope. I am rebuilding the city walls.
He reclaimed wasteland, reorganized military preparations. I, the prince, have summoned the court to summon you.
And to demand the noble families.
He even borrowed it himself.
Go and take it. I want the people of Northern Liang to have food to eat.
There are clothes worn out, shamans dwell.
So that the soldiers of Northern Liang must have armor.
There is a sharp blade, and there is care and relief.
There is dignity! And that all those who shed blood for Northern Liang should be cared for in old age. Wounds have their support. Grievances have their lengths.
Zhao Tishan's team was the earliest veteran to be discharged. His son dying in battle was Yaya's last wish.
And Jiang Wushang destroyed all of this.
So he must take responsibility.
His broken sword must apologize here.
This is my Northern Liang.
This is why I am here.
The prince always brings Brother Tishan, bringing all the brothers who have died, bringing along the people of Northern Liang.
Thank you! Northern Liang has a prince!
Is our blessing.
We hold bones!
And still serve as a prince.
Is it the Northern Liang?
On this one, I want!
This is the soul-burning blade, the strongest wine in Northern Liang.
Today, I am not honoring you. This is a tribute to your 800 Bilyang army tough opponents who never backed down even to death. Yet Zhao Tishan relied on the 83 people of the mountain village who never saw today's wronged souls. Brother Tishan!
A gentleman has come to bring us some fine wine. The best wine! You smelled it! Right!
The mortal world stretches 10,000 feet.
My spirit is bound through 1,000 autumns.
This heart and this resolve, which could move the ears of heaven.
Yes.
This is the Northern Liang Army banner! The commander of Qin!
Then Qin is invincible!
The great commander of Qin.
Your Highness!
I am Qin Wudi, and have been ordered to assemble 100,000 new northern troops. And 8,000 armored cavalry were also displayed.
Ying Yuan had already landed 30 li outside the northern city.
Once the formation was complete,
Please, Your Highness, give me your guidance!
Su Qinan, without a word, trained 100,000 star soldiers. He also commands 8,000 Xuanjia iron cavalry.
The immense power he wielded, sufficient to share authority with the court. What exactly does he want?
Ladies and gentlemen, today we are here to pay tribute to Zhao Tishan and testify to it, honoring 83 villagers from Kaoshan village, honoring all the heroic souls who shed their blood for Beiyang. The wine was served in excess. The sword is here too. But that was not enough. The enemy was executed. It is merely to complete the rescue. And our Biliang has an even more distant and heavier. It concerns millions of lives. Old grievances concerning the dignity of Great Qian will be settled.
120 years ago,
The great Shenwu Emperor launched a northern campaign. With unstoppable momentum, he reclaimed 14 northern prefectures.
Jiden Guangguang martial arts.
80 年前, 80 years ago, the former court was corrupt. Wu Beizong held power through treacherous flattery. The court did not consider resisting.
He actually handed over the entire 14 prefectures of the northern border.
Oh, 14 states!
That is our land, our cities, our compatriots.
For 80 years, the people of the 14 provinces barely survived in the north.
For 80 years, our soldiers of northern Liang have fought desperately on this broken defensive line every year.
So many good men have buried their bones and looked at him until death.
Are all occupied homelands. 166!
你老家是哪里？
饭！
你老家是红塔。
Reporting to the prince. Jizhou! In Malin Valley of Jizhou. 80 years ago, my grandfather was driven out by the barbarians. Before dying, my father still kept mentioning the family's old Uncle Huai.
Today, after offering comfort to the heroic spirits here, I, the king, proclaim it.
The Northern Liang New Army numbered 100,000.
8,000 armored cavalry. On the same day, they set out, aiming to recover the northern border, crossing Jingzhou. Our soldiers of northern Liang have captured the passionate men of Great Qian. This should be the goal.
Fight to the end.
Recovered 14 prefectures. Photovoltaic cultists.
Jade is like that of southern barbarians.
Fight to the bitter end! The prince stands mighty atop the northern ridge.
Good!
This is an act of great righteousness, and his achievements endure for 1,000 autumns.
Ha! Clear and straightforward! Now, that is more reasonable. Amish! My old bones haven't moved in ages.
Silly barbarian.
Count me as a single soldier with iron hooves. Preserve the Prime Minister's spear. Just waiting for the prince to give the order. Recovered 14 prefectures.
This battle is extremely perilous and arduous. Injuries and casualties are always accurate. The northern barbarians have strong soldiers and robust horses. The court may not come to its aid. Even withdraw. Now, who wants to retreat or not?
Determined to die, I will not retreat.
The Northern Liang army consists only of ghosts who die in battle.
No soldiers retreated.
I wish to follow the prince's horse across the northern border. Blood stained the campaign robe!
Willing to go to the enemy and serve. Sharing in the victory.
A hall full of flowers. 3,000 guests drunk. A single sword chills 14 provinces with frost.
What a double cold with one stone. 14. Prince Joe's words suited the old man's taste. This northbound trip counts as the old man. I want to see for myself. It is the northern barbarians who have tough bones. The old man's sword was sharper.
General of Qin.
I will speak of it.
You must immediately return to the original camp in Luoying to reorganize the troops for battle. 3 days later,
the Chen family's political forces set out in great numbers. 兵法有所好救!
Wang Heng. Your marksmanship is supernatural. The Beiyang army as the vanguard. The Red Field Army taught traitors to break the formations and follow the followers of the Swiss princes.
Wang Heng dared not disobey orders.
I will surely not fail the trust placed in me.
These northern expedition battles, not referring to military formations, but rather to the Changsha barbarians, who have managed the northern border for many years. There must be experts stationed to guard it. The man was also a helper. At that time, I will need you all to follow the army's strategy, riding alone to pull out the barbarians, relying on the power of the martial world, and may also act freely.
They raided and harassed the rear forces, disrupting the morale of their troops.
And his heart honors the royal command.
Mr. Taoist Priest, Senior He. The major affairs in the army are numerous and uncomplicated. I dare not trouble the three of you too much. I only request that the three of you remain at the center of government. Stabilize the overall situation of northern Liang.
When necessary, I shall intimidate the petty villains.
Prince, rest assured.
The fate of northern Liang is already aligned.
I, a humble Taoist, should naturally protect and expel them.
The Wenhua Pavilion is already operational, unaffected by the reputation of northern Liang's internal affairs. The prince didn't need to hang up the line. The northern expedition's provisions and armaments had long been secretly gathered and complete.
Organize the betting. Me.
Too lazy to care about those trivial matters. Drinking right in Biliang City. Who would dare to cause trouble?
First, ask if Laozi's sword will respond.
Thanks to the three ministers. Zhao was responding to Yaya, the villagers of Kaoshan village, and all the compatriots who died in Beijing's fall.
Your blood will not be shed in vain. Your blood will never soak forever.
I am the king who brings northern Liang and serves as a gentleman, trampling through the Helen Mountain gates, the homeland of 14 photovoltaic prefectures. This matter is established by heaven and earth together.
The wind and snow is evidence.
Before the point of longing like the wind, I miss you, forgetting dust like a handful.
Afraid to laugh with the clouds. He saved up another sky. I have not seen a dream of Gaia slanting from the sky toward the vast sea. On the moon, I think of you so much, a little bit less than lonely.
Leaving time was a matter of time, and the people inside the city were in an uproar. Countless young men lined up at the recruitment site, asking to join the army. Women and children rushed to the Dongyi Guild by the street. Carts of fodder and grain are continuously transported northward, filling the entire city, like a war machine awakened.
Your Majesty! This year, the collection of money and grain across various regions. The Ministry of Revenue has already organized and compiled the registers.
Reported.
800 LI to Qi Biang Army!
Reporting to your Majesty.
3 days ago, the king of Northern Liang, Su Qingnan, was at the Yuan Temple during the heavy snow, offering the Sword Saint's remnant sword to honor the souls of Northern Liang, and proclaimed it throughout the realm.
为了10万新军 1,000 new troops! The 8,000 Shran family cavalry were also a northern expedition!
That useless prince, Su Qingnan.
Where did Biliang get 100,000 new troops?
Wei Di issued an imperial edict.
To raise troops without permission is to overstep the bounds!
This is treason.
The son I exiled to northern Liang. That useless prince, mocked by the world.
Surprisingly, an army of 100,000 was hidden right under everyone's nose.
He wanted to reclaim 14 prefectures.
This is your majesty's northern Liang, and the king privately raised troops. It is necessary to issue an immediate edict to hold them accountable.
And hold him accountable, if he truly retakes Yuzhou!
The people of the world only called him a hero. At this time, the court is to demand punishment. Would this not chill the hearts of all under heaven?
Enough! The Ministry of War!
The Ministry of Revenue and the Privy Council immediately convened to discuss the matter of northern Liang.
Court was dismissed. He became the Buddha. Investigate.
Grant me a thorough investigation of northern Liang.
Over the years!
Who gave Su Qingnan a strong gift? Who delivered the military equipment to him? Who was recruiting experts for him? Was there someone secretly supporting him in the court? Let the offering pavilion get moving. I personally compiled the writings. He invited the elder of Tianji to come out of the mountains.
The old servant obeyed the order.
A secret imperial edict was sent to Marquis of Zhenbei Yu Wenfei, Ma Qiaobei, military governor of Xiliang. During the northern expedition, unauthorized support was not permitted. If Su Qingnan encounters danger, they know what to do.
Your Majesty, Su Qingnan, you are fighting Yang Mu. But this great Qin dynasty, it is not your turn to win people's hearts.
Secret reports from Biliang have already confirmed.
Su Qingnan commanded more than 100,000 soldiers. There are also several land immortals.
We were all deceived by him.
What useless prince!
It was all just an act.
Su Qingnan caught the general idea. We cannot block it openly. Let him fight, and both sides would suffer first. We just need to make some internal issues with him. Let the martial artists test their true depths again.
Zhou Tong, the Northern Liang Army's commanding general, the procurement and management of the prince's residence, and also the scientist Liu Siyu of the Qingyun sect.
It is the best blade. Remember this matter.
I cannot allow your Majesty to borrow a knife to kill someone. Driving tigers and swallowing wolves.
I understood.
Brother, please come out of seclusion with the elder Tianji. Yu Wenfei Ma Tiao An Ping Wu Dong. Ho Sen left ashore, but his troops did not move. Grand Secretary Zhang Gaolao Shao Dingfang指挥 Zhou Tong, the procurement manager, and the prince of Qingyun sect.
Should I take down Zhou Tong immediately?
No rush. The pieces had to move. Only then did I realize who was pulling the strings behind the scenes. He ordered Wang Hong to lead the vanguard, send another 30 Lai. Whenever someone's conduct is suspicious, capture first, then interrogate. Additionally, send a message to Qingyun sect. Who dares to hand me a knife behind my back? Whose mountain gate will I trample first? The prince is wise.
I will handle it right away.
And report it to your Majesty. In northern Liang, Wang Suqing launched a timely northern campaign in the south. 100,000 new troops, 8,000 Xuanjia iron cavalry, under his command. There are already many immortals on the ground. The former emperor's ex-brother, who was released from a house. What a wonderful son. Throwing a knife into Biliang. He actually grinded out a deadly weapon.
An order was issued for the Black Soldier Tower to closely monitor the Northern Liang Army. All military units are strictly forbidden from raising their guard.
And cannot fight well!
And secretly dispatched envoys along the route to the Northern Barbarian Royal Court.
Another route, 另一路去北凉.
Reporting to the prince, the great commander Wang Hong, to govern the region. At the mouth of Wild Wolf Valley, a small group of North Gate scouts was found to clear them. General Wang asked whether to seize the commanding heights on both sides.
By imperial order,
Wang Heng was ordered to clear the border passes before dark, seizing the mountain opportunity. The Central Army accelerated, passed through Wild Wolf Valley before nightfall.
Your Highness, the Wild Wolf prison is a treacherous location.
Fearing there might be an ambush.
Leaving 2 teams to occupy the commanding height.
The rest followed me and continued driving away.
Great King!
The vanguard of Northern Liang has already passed. The main force in Wild Wolf Valley was the latest. Tomorrow, the army will be at the city gates.
Isn't Su Qing'an supposed to be a useless prince? Where did Wei Liang get 100,000 troops?
A useless person who can fight the Sword Saint and secretly have 100,000 troops is considered useless. The most foolish thing about people in the whole country is their habit of destroying their own city walls. He issued orders to fortify the walls and clear the fields.
During the campaigns within the city, the young and able-bodied men climbed the walls to help defend against the flying eagles.
It is said that the royal court requested reinforcements.
The king sent people to secretly contact the Marquis of Zhenbei and Ma Tiao. They will help us.
The Heavenly Emperor fears Su Qing'an even more than we do.
As long as the benefits are sufficient.
Even if they don't help.
They would also sit idly by and watch Biliang fight us to the bitter end.
As Yu Qunan wished to recover Yuzhou.
I want to see if he has the life to do it.
The Yuzhou garrison numbered about 50,000. Within the city, the walls and fields have already begun to be fortified and cleared. The Marquis of Zhenbei and Xiliang have not yet been moved. There has been no feedback from Qingyun sect so far. Our army's provisions are ample. The morale of the troops was high and high. The regiment ordered the entire army to rest and regroup for one night. Tomorrow, at the Four Seasons, the soldiers who had been thoroughly prepared for battle would set out beneath the walls of Yuzhou
and force the generals to fight the first battle.
To display the might of Biliang. Tell Umro. Also tell the whole world the northern border consists of 14 prefectures. I, as Yu Qing, come from the south.
Got it!
The sons of Northern Liang. Ahead lies Yuzhou City! 80 years ago, our ancestors bleed here. Our sisters suffer here. Our land is being lost. Today, I followed the general to reclaim it.
He launched a full-scale attack.
Complete.
When the archers prepare the timber materials, the hot guerrilla capital has fully prepared for me.
Issue orders to all departments without my command. No one is allowed to attack on their own.
Relying on city construction to wear down enemy forces.
The king of the northern barbarians and the southern plains, Wu Moer, along with the soldiers and civilians inside Yuzhou City, listened. This king has sent a great envoy. Today, the king of northern Liang led the royal army to this place, all for the sake of restoring the old land. Rescue your fellow citizens. Drive you all the way to peace and comfort. 80 years ago, our great Qian was in internal turmoil and seized our Changqi Li Zhan. Heaven possesses the virtue of cherishing life. I, the king, also do not wish to commit many killings and sins. First, I'll give you a chance. Those who open the city gates and lay down their weapons,
and may be spared from death.
He stubbornly resisted in oppression, aiding Zhou in his tyranny. On the day the city fell, not even the starving dogs remained.
How dare the young and uneducated children dare to act arrogantly when our great man Iron Cavalry roamed the world?
You have hateful them not!
He wished to see the city of Yuzhou. If you have the ability, come and attack! Look at your stubborn sons of Northern Liang!
Or is it that I, Yuzhou City, am violent? Fight the sword! Shoot this arrogant man for me!
The power of heaven and earth.
He was channeling the power of heaven and earth, gathering the aura of soldiers.
This is at least the heavenly realm, or even the first sword of a land immortal, Heart.
Who plays a second game with the kid?
This is what a demon son is meant to save his life.
I couldn't move my head.
The birth mother is the third among the three immortals of the opening earth.
Never. See?
I wish to face the sun, for I am invincible, King Me, once the horizontal gate is opened.
Wings that enter the arena with full coverage.
We embrace the fire and scatter it, whose love never leaves behind to accompany him. What repayment can one receive from the human world? It is the fire of death.
The remaining northern barbarian soldiers had long been broken. The weapons and equipment were all in a flurry, kneeling and prostrating themselves. The young and able-bodied Han Chinese forcibly conscripted stood bewildered by the roadside. Looking at the bright armor, the puppet good army, with strict military discipline, passed through the entire field. The atmosphere was filled with the post-war grief.
Your Highness!
This man's name was Wen Yanbo. His grandfather, Wen, was the Yuzhou chief historian who died 80 years ago when a European city fell. The entire Wen family is loyal and valiant. Almost as promised, Wen Yanbo was rescued midway by his mother, Baioshi. He spent his life in obscurity and concealing his name, secretly communicating matters of loyalty and righteousness. He repeatedly rebelled against the northern barbarians. During this siege, he waited for insiders to support him.
And his merits cannot be forgotten.
The commoner, Wen Yanbo, paid respects to the prince. It has been 80 years. My ancestors, fathers, and elder brothers are loyal souls of the city of Yuzhou. Finally, when the day arrived for the royal army to pacify the north.
Mr. Wen, thank you for your hard work.
A family of loyal and heroic spirits, for 3 generations, never forgot their homeland. Such character, and should serve as a model for the northern frontier. Yuzhou lost its county. It is not because of you all. 80 years of national humiliation. This is the army of the imperial court. This is the pain of the great Qian.
Your Highness!
The remaining people of Beijing rebelled.
This day has been too long.
Yuzhou has already been recovered.
After today,
This city once again returns to northern Liang.
past events guard evil with punishment.
Cooperation can be predicted.
Anyone who wishes to emulate strong in northern Liang, those willing to exert themselves to restore the people's livelihood, I have used my finances according to my means.
Let bygones be bygones.
I am willing to serve the prince.
There are 3 things that must be accomplished today. First, posting proclamations to pacify the people. An announcement was made to all the Biliang troops in the city. Only punish those who guard evil and do not disturb the good people.
Second, open the granaries and distributed grain.
inventorying the treasury and the property of the nobility, except for military expenses for the remaining clans. The remaining 2 bolts of rice and cloth were used to relieve the poor and weak. Zhou tents were set up in the city to treat merchant illnesses. Third, all surrendered northern barbarian tribes. All were sent to the west side of the city for centralized custody. The wounded were treated and closely supervised. Private cruelty and killing were forbidden, and contact with the common people was forbidden.
How should it be handled?
The king himself has his own judgment.
The humble general received the order.
Ko Mingyuan is willing to run errands for the prince and pacify the people within the city.
Master Wen had long resided in Yuzhou and secretly communicated with the northern border regarding loyalty and righteousness.
In your opinion, sacrificial master of Yuzhou,
how will the northern barbarian royal court respond?
Prince, if Yuzhou falls, the northern barbarian royal court will surely be shaken. However, the main forces of the northern barbarians were mostly concentrated around the royal court. The southern front's forces are not ironclad.
Wu Mur died.
The tribes under his command will surely fall into great chaos.
In my opinion,
the northern barbarians, the 1st Division, will surely hold Yanshan Pass. In places such as Shuazhou, envoys were simultaneously sent to question the front court, to contact northern Qin and put pressure on the prince.
Amphish, let them do it.
As for the remaining 13 prefectures, the situation is even more complicated than in Yuzhou. Over the past 80 years, the northern barbarians have migrated in large numbers of their own ethnic groups. Many powerful families have already bound themselves with the northern barbarians, may not necessarily wish to welcome the royal family, but the common people have long been oppressed. His resentment ran deep. As long as the prince can demonstrate benevolent governance, signaling that the army endangers the people's hearts,
it is still possible to seize it.
Well said. The city can be captured in a single day, yet the people's hearts cannot be restored even for a single day. The people of the northern border must see this. Isn't the Biliang army bringing another disaster, but a hope to survive? Issuing orders to the entire army. Yuzhou rested for 3 days. Wen Yanbo, you cooperate with the military's Wen Zhen, and can be used as an official. Restore order in the prefectures and counties. 2. Inventory household registers and farmland. Issuing the talent recruitment order and the temporary rules for recruiting the people of Beijing in my own name. Abolish the harsh taxes and miscellaneous levies of the northern barbarians. 15 veterinarians were identified.
I have received the order. General Qin is organizing military affairs. Digest the spoils of war. Dispatched elite troops with red raids. Coordinate with Wang Hong to break through the camp and infiltrate northward. I want Yanshan Pass. The deployment of troops in Shuozhou.
The people's hearts and minds will be personally arranged. The prince is wise.
The overall situation is settled. Yuzhou, the northern border consists of 14 prefectures. In 1980, Chen Fei couldn't have come and gone in one battle. But the first fire has already been ignited. Next, it all depends on who gets restless first.
And will carefully obey the king's command.
The snow was heavy.
Airface Shao, you say? How is the snow in Yuzhou different from that in northern Liang?
The snow in northern Liang grows even harsher. It becomes even more intense. Like a knife. The snow in Yuzhou falls at an inclined slope.
But it was even colder. Because the snow here carries 80 years of national grief. Countless nameless corpses lay below. But in the snow, they will melt together. Spring will surely come. What we need to do is to transform the ice and snow that have accumulated on this land for 80 years. Sweep inch by inch, thoroughly. He yielded Yuzhou. It also allowed the entire northern border to see the spring of the homeland once again.
It will fly past the night.
Waited for you all night. Finally, it came.
And the people are impoverished.
Dragging it down. Dig out everything they know. 北莽好大的手, quite a grand gesture.
The prince has already taken care of everything.
Which prince was so small in merit? The four do not bow to the powerful beings of the heavenly realm, burning blood essence, forcibly stepping onto the land. Immortals do not spare to destroy themselves. In the end,
What a pity!
What a pity!
Reporting to your highness.
The guard of the South Gate came to report. Outside the city, the imperial envoy's ceremonial guards appeared. The ringleader claimed to be Du Wenyuan, Right Vice Minister of the Ministry of Rights, carrying imperial edicts and documents from the Privy Council. He requested to enter the city to meet the prince.
The assassin had just arrived last night. Today, the imperial envoy from the court will arrive. This time, connection.
What? A coincidence.
It came quickly. General Qin and Mr. Yang. Do you know?
General Qin was rushing in from the camp. Mr. Yang was already waiting in the side hall.
Let them wait in the front hall for the messenger. Open the city gates, and let the imperial envoy enter the city by one jump. I'll lead to the square in front of Xingyang.
There is no need to obstruct them.
Nor should one be excessively observant of ritual propriety.
Since ordinary vassal kings are all decrees, the usual practice is sufficient.
Your Highness.
The imperial envoy arrived at this moment. I am afraid the visitor is not with good intentions.
Good or bad, it is all about who holds the heavier chips, whose fist is harder. I have recovered Yuzhou. They always need an attitude. Mr. Yang happened to arrive as well. So, they went together to meet this imperial envoy.
There is no need for excessive formalities.
Sir, you've had a long journey.
The prince secured Yuzhou with thunderous force. With this little travel effort, it is nothing to worry about. It was just a matter of coinciding with the occasion.
The imperial envoy was about to arrive. What are your thoughts?
Prince! The general at the end believes.
At this moment, the court sent envoys. There are only a few possibilities. Admonish. Pacify.
Investigate!
It may be related to last night's assassination.
What the general of Qin said.
Either is possible.
But due to his illness, he understood the court and Grand Secretary Zhang, Du Wenyuan Silai, has come here. The primary purpose is not to hold criminals accountable. Thus, the regulations and the establishment of counties were established. The court dared not openly deny the prince's achievements in reclaiming his homeland. The core lies in using imperial edicts to define actions as good and initiate punishment. At the same time, they used reasons like reporting to the court to restrain the prince's hands and feet. This laid the groundwork for subsequent checks and balances. Du Wenyuan was a pawn of Grand Secretary Zhang. Sending him here already shows his importance, and avoid escalating conflicts. If what happened last night truly concerns the court, he may also have the responsibility of secretly observing the situation.
The gentleman was as clear as one could see a fire.
Since that is so,
let's follow what the gentleman said.
Counter every move.
General Qin, military affairs must not be neglected.
Mr. Yang will soon meet with me, this young Master Da.
I am Du Wenyuan, Right Vice Minister of the Ministry of Rights. By your Majesty's command, I have come specially to deliver the imperial decree. His Highness, the Prince of Beiyang. Long time no see.
Minister Liu, you have come from afar and have worked hard.
Please. S.U. Qingnan was actually so arrogant.
Didn't even care about superficial polite gestures.
Address.
This would be to raise troops on your own initiative, thinking of recovering Yuzhou. There may be subtle public matters, and demanded to surrender and report to the court, awaiting further orders.
By imperial decree!
Your Highness, please accept the decree.
Attendant Da.
The imperial edict refers to the original king.
I understood.
However, before receiving the decree, there was a ceremony to consult the prince. Last night, 4 assassins sneaked in. All possessed secret techniques and elixirs. Can briefly ascend to the rank of Earth Immortal. I wonder if Minister Diu has ever heard of any forces in the northern region that could send such a lineup. Did the court receive a seal?
Is this really possible? I have left the capital, but have not heard that your highness is well.
Could the assassin have ever been captured?
And have troubled your concerns. The king is unharmed, and accidentally gave it to a senior under his command, who was skilled in cooking to study it. I suppose, by now, he had thrown up everything he needed to vomit.
The prince is blessed with great fortune as heaven, and talented men emerged from his command. This matter will be reported to your majesty by my humble servant. I request the court to thoroughly investigate.
Give the prince an explanation. There is no need to be a clown or a clown. I'll handle the matter myself. Minister Diu has come from afar and endured hardship. Please hold a banquet to welcome the vice minister.
The prince recaptured Yuzhou. I wonder how the city's livelihoods are recovering now. What are the Beiyang army's next steps?
Yuzhou was in ruins awaiting revival. I personally handle the cooking, so that the court would not trouble themselves with such efforts.
Vice Minister of State!
The people of the northern border are fierce and fierce. The rules and regulations differ from those of the Central Plains. The situation in Yuzhou, everything was under the prince's control. Sir, there is no need to worry.
Number. Wanchang had woken up.
The deputy minister of the capital sent an urgent report from Chixi.
50 li to the north. A large cavalry force of the northern barbarians was discovered to be reinforcing Yanshan Pass.
I must immediately handle the accompaniment.
Du Shilao, please. A few barbarian tribes. The Qin general is more than capable of handling them. We kept drinking.
Your Highness.
The northern barbarians are powerful. In recent years, the national treasury has been depleted. Money and provisions are needed everywhere. Your Majesty's intention is to hope that your Highness will temporarily remain stable in Yuzhou. Once the court has made proper arrangements, and it will not be too late to plan for the northern frontier.
The vice minister has been deeply devoted to his efforts. However, the northern border had been occupied for 80 years.
For 80 years!
Has the imperial court ever remembered this land for a year? Is there a volume that truly focuses on recovery? But the 1 and 2 parts were specifically used for preparations for the northern expedition.
Sir, these words.
The court itself faces difficulties. In the northern border, pulling a single hair can affect the whole body. How can one lightly speak of warfare?
This is a difficult matter.
This is the difficulty of maintaining the status quo. Or is it just a temporary struggle? 80 years is enough to cool your passion. Blurry memories. The people of 14 provinces were trampled by barbarians. The ancestral tombs were destroyed. The ancestral halls were burned.
After day, he wet blood.
And how many people actually care? Your Highness's recent northern expedition. I have not yet requested a single soldier from the court. All the provisions, fodder, and military equipment were from northern Liang, and the common people calculated for themselves. 100,000 new recruits, bringing their own rations.
Abandoning farming to serve as a laborer!
Before the battle, they slew generals and seized banners. It is the prince who leads from the front. The officers and soldiers obeyed orders, and the court spared even the slightest delay. Now, Yuzhou Hufu condemns unauthorized uprising. Some Duke Wei requested to report to Minister Du. Is this fair?
Though your Highness's words are sharp.
Yet, there is also courtesy!
Yet the court still lacks sufficient resources. The suffering of the surviving people in the northern border. The merits of the officers and soldiers in obeying orders. Everyone in the world can see it. The prince is truly a prince. Your Majesty and the court also face difficulties. The southern frontier is unstable. The court is left empty. The prince recaptured Yuzhou. His merit benefits the state. The benefit lasts for 1,000 autumns.
I have come forward!
It was merely an expression of concern and discussion on behalf of His Majesty.
The difficulties faced by the court.
I know, a little or two.
Launched a northern campaign against Yuzhou.
I dare not trouble the court. Only Yuzhou was restored. But just the first step.
The northern barbarians occupied our 14 prefectures for 80 years. His crimes and evil are unbearable.
Since this king has already raised the banner, there is no reason to abandon it halfway. Everyone continues to feast.
Minister, In-Chief Liu had originally endured hardship.
I also tried the local dishes of Yuzhou.
The gentleman possesses extraordinary insight.
When matters of the realm are settled in the court, as if grasping everything in the palm of one's hand.
And admired him greatly.
But I do not know Gao's surname or given name. Where are the pure and cultivated people of the mountains and fields?
A name is not worth mentioning. I am grateful that your highness has not abandoned me. Here. I organized the documents.
Copying miscellaneous items.
Just to get by. With your talent, sir?
If you wish to transcend the world.
I wish to have already seen the muddy waters of the pool I passed by.
Enough of the fast-paced look. In the northern frontier. To witness the rescued people regain their lives. To participate in the great cause of restoring one's homeland. Recently, in the court, they schemed and schemed.
This is even more reassuring.
The Princess of Beijing welcomed the moon and sought an audience.
Please let him in. The Princess Royal came from afar.
I suppose it is not just to watch the commotion here for me.
Yuzhou Wangfu. 3 swords settle the fate of heaven and earth. Such a major event shocked Beijing. Of course, I want to see it with my own eyes. Who exactly is the Beiyang king who stirred up the world and stirred up the world?
I've seen it. Your Highness, what do you think?
Its strength is profound and profound, decisive in making moves. His spirit was astonishing. The Zhao family's bloodshed gathered for the great cause. The sword saint's remnant, sword shakes the rivers and lakes. The white-haired old soldier unites the troops' morale. 3 swords secured Yuzhou. Your Highness. This round is not just about reclaiming 10%. It also planted a saying in the hearts of people everywhere. The King of Beiyang is formidable. The Northern Campaign is the mandate of heaven.
Your Highness has excessively praised me.
This was the work of the king. It was merely to seek justice for the death of the Northern King, contributing to the lost homeland.
What a case of seeking justice. The prince seeking justice, and thus transformed 100,000 northern troops from remnants of the border troops into the Northern Expedition Royal Army, and thus caused the Great Tian Court to mismanage its advance and retreat. This forced both the northern barbarians and Great Qing to reassess the northern border layout. But it was unclear whether the prince would continue northward next. The sword points toward 14 circles. Or should we first check if there is an unaware bird behind us?
His Highness seems very concerned about my next steps. Could it be that Northern Qing also wants to place a piece on this northern chessboard?
The world is like a chessboard. All living beings are sons. The prince is a rare skill. Naturally, I want to negotiate with the prince.
In His Highness's view, how should this game be played?
The North Gate cannot be dominated by one family alone. But Daqian cannot be the sole force alone. Who seizes the initiative? Who will share more? It all depends on who has the heaviest chips.
Your Highness wishes me to stop. Some wish to share the strength of the northern border with Beiyang.
Fine. But what chips does your Highness have that could match me?
The first chip. Within the Northern Barbarian Royal Court, the Crown Prince and the 3 princes had already lost their power struggle, and the situation heated up. Is the commander defending Yanshan Pass from the maternal family of the 3rd prince. But his deputy had already been secretly bribed by the Crown Prince. The commander defending Yunzhou was greedy for wealth and lustful. The commanders of several prefectures then cooperated with the royal court. The shaman harbored old grievances. Is this intelligence enough to make the prince's northern expedition less obstructed? The second chip. In the Great Qian Court Hall. The main characters are plotting together. He wished to yield to the Marquis of Zhenbei, Yu Wenfei. Xiliang's horse leapt during the northern campaign, cutting off your supply lines at a critical moment. Spare your flank. Some within the Zhuhe faction secretly contacted the northern barbarians and contemplated the strategy of driving tigers and swallowing wolves. As for the pawns they planted within the northern Liang army, Zhou Tang had recently made unusual contact.
You.
How do you know all this?
The third chip. Does your highness know? Why was the North Gate able to occupy the 14 Zhou provinces for 80 years? Besides the Great Qian's own decay. Moreover, because the northern barbarian king's court was behind the scenes, he has always had the support of Shadow Moon Divine Palace.
I have heard a little about it.
What Yingyue, Divine Palace wants? It has never been referred to as Beijing. They are the dynasty that revives the sacrificial rites for all beings. Beiman was just one of their public pawns. Your Highness is launching a northern expedition this time, to astonish and awaken divine achievements, a truly ancient existence, according to what I know. And now envoy had already gone south. Their goal. It was probably more than just obstructing the prince's northern expedition.
Your Highness, these 3 chips are indeed substantial. However, playing games requires rules. Cooperation requires conditions. What does your Highness want? And what are they willing to give?
What I want? It can be summed up in 8 words. Ruling over all under heaven, throughout the 4 seas. All I can offer can be summed up in 8 words. The mountains and rivers serve as the boundary, sharing the same feelings in the heavens.
Princess Zhang, your game of chess is getting more and more interesting. This is no longer treason. It is about changing the world. Your Highness, what a bold gesture.
What does the prince think?
General of Qin, if we follow your Highness's advice, Northern Qin has given its utmost effort to assist us. How long do you think it will take for Biliang to take control? Qin was destroyed in the southern region, and Western Chu was divided.
All Northern Qin intelligence supplies. Troops supporting the lower general are confident that within a year they will stabilize Xizhou. 300,000 iron cavalry, trained in 3 years. Within 10 years. Strive to rule the world. 10 years.
General Qin was still too conservative. Your Highness's game of chess is indeed exquisite.
Using the lands of the 7 prefectures as bait, luring us into northern Liang, replacing northern Qin by seizing Li from the fire, sweeping away the northern barbarians, spending a great sum of money. When my Biliang is utterly weakened, your Highness sits in the northern border of Qizhou. The army is strong and wild. At that time, will the world be surnamed So or Ying? I am afraid I won't be able to do it anymore. Right?
The prince's gaze was indeed sharp as a torch.
Not bad.
This was Yingyue's initial consideration. However, since the prince can see through this situation, naturally, there should be a way to break the deadlock. The moon and shadow come today. It is not merely an imperial covenant. I even more want to see what the prince holds in his hand. Is there a greater hope that can make Northern Qin truly give up the yellow sparrow behind the throne?
Your Highness wants to see my chessboard, Shoyao.
The servants are present.
Take the scroll from my workshop, which is already worthy of a plot.
This is not an ordinary map of mountains and rivers. In the lake, not only are there Datian, Northern Qin, Northern Man, Western Chu, and the southern border, there is also the ancient giant of Beiming Bingyuan, the ethnic group, and the western city-states. The islands of the eastern seas, the south is called the Manhuang Barbarian Wilderness. This is a complete map of Huangyu, showing the known world and the endless unknown of Nankuo.
In your Highness's eyes, the Yan Mountains and Yellow Rivers have already reached 7 provinces. It was already a border army worthy of Qin's strategic capture. But, in my eyes, the 14 northern provinces are merely the singularity of our human race's revival and return to their fame. The northern barbarian border was overjoyed. Behind it lies the divine skill of Yue. This is the true shadow beyond the realm that spies on our human race.
The dry classics have decayed and decayed. The spirit of pioneering the 8 wildernesses has long since been lost. What I want is not a dry essence. It is not the Central Plains alone. Not even the territory shown on this map. What I desire is all that the sun and moon shine on, wherever the rivers and streams reached.
All of which are our people's territories!
All foreign tribes and gods and demons feared him. All our lands trampled by our clan's iron hooves. Reviving ancient glory.
Opening up peace for 10,000 generations.
This is my chessboard. This is the chess game I want to play.
The customs of antiquity. The legacy of the ancestors.
When it came to the prince.
This is the true mark of a hero.
Truly a hero. Therefore, Your Highness. You ask me, do I have a chess robe that can truly help Northern Qing win the new world together? Now, let me show you. This game is very big and difficult. The opponents were not limited to the Hidden Moon divine skill. Not only does it surpass the northern expanse of Great Qin, but the future is also bright. This area encompasses the sea, a chess piece concerning the fate of humanity for all generations. Does Your Highness dare to go down?
Your Northern Qin only wants to be a dominant ruler who only seeks peace in one region. Holding on to that little opportunity, I am still willing to join this king, to create an unprecedented madman in a chaotic era for our human race.
The world of Go. The revival of humanity, bringing peace for all generations. This is no longer ambition, but rather a mythical fantasy. But the person who said such things, he is the king of Biliang who pacified Yu Zhou with 3 swords, and the cup of water that suppressed immortals. Why should he? What kind of presence stands behind him?
Madman.
This was a phantom of the cold abyss wind, suppressing seal. 3,000 years ago, the human race flourished. The cold origin surged forth from the brush of the northern darkness. He wished to express the intent to persevere to the utmost. Feng Feng was the sage of the northern tribes, the 72nd earthly fiend power array of the celestial sphere. It is the same as the eye of the northern darkness. Our northern region has enjoyed 3,000 years of peace. 200 years ago, cracks appeared in the seal. The aura of Han Yuan's deathly silence leaked outward. The northern barbarian Khan obtained a single thread of it, and used this to unify the grasslands. Only the royal court is visible. Afterwards, the northern barbarians throughout the generations, including Dahan and Hexen and Sama, secretly absorbed the spirit of the Han Yuan. Cultivation methods gradually became tainted, cold and deathly silent. His temperament grew increasingly brutal. 80 years ago, the seal's crack widened. At that time, the Great Qin was in turmoil. 5. Beizong Envoy. Han Yuan's strength and fierce combat power. Only then was he able to break through the mighty passes in succession. Seize my 14 prefectures. As for the Shadow Moon, Divine Palace, its root and source share the same vein as the Cold Abyss. They stole the source of the Cold Abyss in ancient times, and the traitors who live in symbiosis of different households. They lurked deep within the Northern Abyss, using the resentment of sentient beings as evidence. Were nothing more than the public leader.
Hidden within the royal family of Northern Qing, there are scattered records about the Northern Abyss and the ancient seal. But those records have long been regarded as absurd legends. Now, as Yu Qingnan publicly summoned the sealing rune, just how many ancient secret seals does he possess?
Does your highness still think I am crazy now? And still think that Northern Qi Prefecture is worth the entire nation of Northern Qin conquerors, even going so far as to negotiate with a tiger for its skin? Is it secretly communicating with those powers from the Shadow Moon Divine Palace who treat humans as foodies and are secretly communicating with the snakes?
You.
What nonsense are you talking about?
Although your aura is concealed by the dragon aura of the Northern Qin royal clan, but when I summon the remnants of the wind and shadow, is the power of the hidden moon within you restless? So, Dark Moon Venerable, when will you lower yourself and lower yourself? Serving as a protector for the Northern Qin princess? Or has the Northern Qin royal family already cooperated with the Divine Palace?
Who exactly are you? Why, I am able to draw upon the seal of the true seal.
And how could he break through the true body's foundation?
Who I am doesn't matter. What mattered was that the Shadow Moon Divine Palace's reach was too far.
The seal on the northern abyss of the cold abyss should also be reinforced.
The reckless seal of suppressing the seal has long since been damaged. Han Yuan is about to awaken. Our divine palace upholds the mandate of heaven. When you are to preside over this calamity, you ants and termites, still daring to talk about fate.
Your opponent is my pure Xuanbing origin.
You are a remnant of the Nether Demon clan.
His breath won't do it. Today, Ali is going to avenge his people.
Dear viewers, if you can read this far, it seems you are destined to be with me.
Although I haven't taken revenge yet. But thank you for watching the final episode.
The game of 北凉棋局才刚刚开始, just beginning.
Yingye Divine Palace, the Old Court of Grievance, and the Ghostly Venom and Vengeance are still unresolved.
Yes.
Stay tuned. Don't sneak away.